Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' Best Country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Kitchen Lane USA, Advanced Car Care, Smouse Brothers, and United Plumbing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, good morning to you. We made it to Friday. Congratulations to you. The first Friday of the first work week of 2026. So it is a success. We made it. And now we'll tell you about some news.
All right. It has been a long time coming, but finally, the Sunshine Street Bridge is now opened between Fort and Kansas Expressway right there by the FedMed. That project is over after about 5 months. There have been detours and, lots of things in the process, but that is a big project for a lot of people coming in from Willard, Republic, that area into Springfield. The nearly $6 million project replaced a bridge that was built in 1963 that carried more than 26,000 cars per day. Some minor work still needs to be done off the roadway, but no more lane closures right there. Well, while the Sunshine Street Bridge is back open, a different one is about to close down. The Scenic Avenue Bridge between Sunshine and Bennett will shut down in less than 2 weeks, starting on Tuesday, January 20th, for a full replacement project. That work is expected to last about 4 months and will add new sidewalks and connection to the Wilsons Creek Greenway. So prepare for another detour. The $3.1 million project, that one is paid for with local transportation and capital improvement sales tax money.
That's funny. I don't remember bridges being torn down and replaced much at all during my time here in the Ozarks for the last 20 plus years. But
that's
now,
the problem.
Now,
well, you remember
back to back.
But sorry, the reason, Ethan, is because they hadn't been replaced in so long. And then MoDOT many, many years ago did all these different bridge inspections and found that many of them were in terrible condition. So it's been a long time coming. Yeah,
it's just back to back is unique. Meanwhile, drivers on Springfield's west side are seeing new construction slowdowns this week. City Utilities has started a 90-day project on West Mount Vernon Street to replace aging gas and water lines. We got to fix the infrastructure, right? During work hours, traffic is limited to one eastbound lane, with westbound cars detoured through neighboring streets. Work is part of a larger infrastructure upgrade funded in part by a $10 million federal grant, which is always nice. City Utilities says both lanes will reopen when crews are not actively working. So making progress there as well. And then a follow-up on this story, a Springfield lawmaker is facing discipline after sending a sexually explicit text message to a fellow representative. The Missouri House Ethics Committee is recommending that Democrat Jeremy Dean stay at least 50 feet away from his female Republican colleague, lose committee assignments, and complete harassment training. He sent the message to that female colleague during a special session in September, and his message later surfaced online. The committee then voted unanimously, with both parties agreeing that his conduct was serious and had to be punished. Dean admitted the text was inappropriate, but claims the complaint about it was politically motivated.
Federal charges have been filed against a Chinese national accused of taking unauthorized photos near Whiteman Air Force Base.
Wow.
The 35-year-old accused of photographing and recording B-2 stealth bombers and base security features in December.
Wow.
Investigators say he was found twice near the base perimeter and had multiple images on his phone. Court documents say he is in the U.S. illegally after entering through Arizona in 2023. His immigration case is separate and is currently scheduled for 2027.
Wow. They take that stuff seriously, whether it's
Yeah,
Whiteman
the stealth bombers.
or whether it's Area 51 out in Nevada. That's not stuff they mess around with. So for
It's interesting, isn't it?
Chinese national to be doing that, interesting.
Got in through Arizona in 23. So we'll see what happens. That will be one to follow for sure. All right, several small communities in Southwest Missouri are receiving new state funding for local projects. Crane, Fairplay, and Kimberling City will share about $2 million from the state's Community Development Block Grant Program. The money will go towards sidewalk upgrades, road repairs, and park improvements to address safety and infrastructure needs. The funds are a part of the statewide grant round, totaling nearly $17 million.
All right. Well, here's a story about people acting online without thinking or really without any regard for any other people. And I'll explain. A Springfield business owner is speaking out now after being misidentified online in a deadly federal shooting case, the one in Minneapolis or Minnesota. Sigwo Arms owner Stephen Grove was falsely identified on social media as the ICE agent involved in a shooting in Minneapolis. As a result, people online were threatening him and his family. Somehow his personal social media accounts were shut down. Not sure how that happened. Grove says he has never worked for ICE, and he was at his shop in Springfield all day during the time of the incident. He is now appealing the account shutdowns, if you could imagine that, and asking the public to verify information before turning into a mob.
That is wild.
Isn't that insane? I mean, he's just a guy living in Springfield with a similar name. Apparently. I don't know. But it shows you how quickly it happens and how much damage it can do. I mean, getting death threats online from people and then having your account, I don't know why his account was shut down. It just,
in that case,
crazy.
You can't even ignore it, right? Like you can't ignore the threat because it's so serious.
Yeah. And people are so,
because like sometimes, if you hear something or someone criticizes you online, you're like, okay. But in this case, it's like,
you don't know who it is.
Right.
It's crazy. So hoping he gets it back together because it's damaged him for sure. Missouri State football is moving quickly to fill out its new coaching staff. We told you about some moves earlier this week. Now a new one saying Mark Calla will take over as offensive coordinator under new head coach Casey Woods. He most recently served at the University of Texas, El Paso, and also previously coached quarterbacks at TCU and at Arkansas. The university will make a formal announcement about that, but more coaching moves from Missouri State as they get ready for the next big season in Conference USA. And this is happening. The NFL is looking into domestic violence allegations connected to Kansas City Chiefs receiver Rashee Rice. The claims were posted on social media by the mother of his two children, who shared photos of her injuries and accusations of abuse. The NFL says it is reviewing the matter under its personal conduct policy. The Chiefs will only say to this point that they are aware of the situation and are in communication with the league about it. There have been no criminal charges or police reports filed, at least at last check.
Okay. Missouri's manufacturing industry will be in the spotlight next month in Branson. The Missouri Association of Manufacturers will induct 3 industry leaders and 2 companies into its Hall of Fame on February 24th. The honorees include company founders from Rolla, Kansas City, and St. Louis. The companies are Silver Dollar City and Anheuser-Busch. Very nice. The awards celebrate innovation and long-standing contributions to the state's economy. The ceremony will be held during the group's annual trade show.
Okay. Hey, congratulations to them. Any Hall of Fame is nice.
Well, yeah. I mean, you think about the financial contribution of Silver Dollar City and Anheuser-Busch.
Yep.
I mean,
Sizable.
it'd be yes for them both.
Yep.
Okay. That's all we got, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks to our sponsors for making it all possible. Springfield Green County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Kitchen Land USA, Advanced Car Care Center, Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair, and then our newest one, thanks for joining us, United Plumbing. Very good.
Yep. We're
By the
to our
way,
sponsors.
I recruited 3 new listeners/viewers to our podcast yesterday. I was swimming laps, and it was funny because I said something and a guy was like, "Hey, I recognize your voice." And then the other guy was like, "Oh yeah, you do Around the Ozarks News." Yeah, of course. So then all of the guys, they were all dudes, So it was just fun. They were like, "Wait, what? Tell me more. There's a news podcast that's local." So
it was interesting. Now that you bring that up, it was interesting. The other day we were, I think, at a soccer game, and there was a little kid who pointed at Sarah and said, "Is that Sarah from the podcast?" And it struck me because it's the first time that I'm aware of that you or I were recognized from the podcast and not from KY3 because it was a kid.
Right.
That may or may not have watched us. It was, we were on KY3 5 years ago and prior. So they may have or may not have been watching 5 years ago, but they know us from the podcast now, which is cool. So it means people are watching.
When she's just now, the girl's like 12 years old. So, I mean, she probably doesn't really know us from KY3, but it was funny.
Yeah. It was cool. And their parents said that every day they get in the car to go to school and they put on the podcast.
Yeah, which is cool.
Thanks, Andrew and Sarah.
Yeah. Those are the parents. Yeah. Thanks, guys. All right. That's all we got. We hope to see you back here. No, I was going to say tomorrow. No, we will not see you tomorrow.
No,
but
we will not.
See you on Monday. It'll be great. Have a good weekend.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Friday. We made it. It's going to be kind of muddy out there on this Friday, and temperatures are definitely cooler, but we do at least have some better weather to talk about in this extended forecast. But for today, the big story is that it's a range in temperatures, a cool down, muddy conditions across the Ozarks, and potentially the threat for some more rain and even wintry weather in our forecast. So I don't want anybody to be caught by surprise over the weekend. It's going to be a little bit cooler, and you may see some wintry precip heading our way. Today's headline is that there's a big range in temperatures heading our direction. I think in Springfield, we're going to land in the mid 50s today. Generally, we have low temperatures in the low 40s this morning, though there's a range with that too. And the wind chill values are down into the upper 30s when you account for the northwest breeze. Cold front came through. We feel the effects of that today, and we certainly have some cool air settling in for the weekend. There is some wintry weather as associated with this shower and thunderstorm activity that may lend itself to a bit of snowfall overnight tonight into early Saturday. I don't think we're talking about much, though. The ground temperatures have been so warm that I don't expect much impact from this, even though you may see some showers and some snow showers and potentially maybe even a few more on Saturday night. North winds are in the forecast today. That's going to keep a few clouds around, but we'll see high temperatures in the mid 50s today, peaks of sunshine. Not a terrible day to get outdoors. In fact, closer to seasonal normals. It's just been a little bit above average. We've been a bit spoiled over the last couple of weeks, and now we're dealing with a more unsettled pattern, to say the least. More light rain in the forecast late tonight, and some snowflakes may mix in for Saturday morning. Again, I don't expect big impacts for the Ozarks, but if you're traveling on Saturday and you're heading north, portions of the northern Missouri are likely going to see some bigger impacts from this quick hitting snowfall. And that's where we could see some, slippery conditions for a couple of hours as we move into Saturday morning. So heads up if you're traveling to central Missouri, northwest Missouri, that's where the bigger impact will be. This weekend, we have colder temperatures, high temperatures in the 40s on Saturday, and potentially only staying in the 30s by Sunday. I think there is going to be at least some chance Saturday evening for a few more snow showers. Again, these are not going to be big impact winter weather events for our area, but there will be at least a chance for some snowflakes flying. I do expect that temperatures are going to be the bigger deal here with the bigger cool down on deck for us on Sunday. In fact, on Sunday, high temperatures may not make it out of the mid 30s in a few locations. It will be frigid, but at least we have partial sunshine both Sunday and then into Monday of next week. And it does appear that we start next week with some sunshine, so that will be welcome news. Around the country, we've got snow for southern Colorado and New Mexico beginning tonight and lasting through early Saturday morning. There's also impactful snow for the upper Midwest and the Great Plains. This is going to be part of the same system that's bringing us a bit of snow activity in our forecast late tonight into early Saturday morning. Again, if you have plans early Saturday, just monitor road conditions. I'm not expecting things to be too dicey given that temperatures have been so warm the last couple of days. We've got flash flooding and severe weather for the lower portions of the Mississippi Valley and Tennessee valleys. That's today and tomorrow. And then record warmth in the forecast today for much of the Southeast. A few folks across the country are still kind of enjoying the warmer weather while we are being reminded of what January often feels like here in the Ozarks. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. And the question that I left you with yesterday was this one. The deadliest single tornado in the 21st century U.S. struck which Missouri city near the edge of the Ozarks region? Do you think it was A, Springfield, B, Branson, C, Joplin, or D, Poplar Bluff? Unfortunately, all of these locations have received direct touchdown with tornadoes, but the deadliest of the 21st century was C, the Joplin tornado. If anyone lived around this area, or even if they didn't, I mean, this was a huge national news tragedy. May 22nd, 2011. And yes, that tornado in EF5 rolled right through town. I recently watched that new documentary out on it. It was just unbelievable to hear about the experiences of some of the survivors of that storm. All right, here's the question that I'll leave you with for Monday morning. In the Ozarks weather lore, what does the proverb, March comes in like a lion, goes out like a lamb, generally refer to? Do you think it is A, windy start, a calm end, B, a stormy or cold start with a mild end, C, a dry start with a rainy end, or D, a foggy start with a sunny end? What do you think that means? In like a lion, out like a lamb. You can let me know your guess. That's on the website, aroundtheozarks.com. By the way, if you want to go enter the Brain Twister trivia question, we have a winner every single week. And that winner is we're all drawn out of a hat from Monday through Friday. And the winner of the week receives a $25 gift card to Chicken Salad Chick. So please enter away on the website. It's free to do so. Just got to head there. Big shout out to our sponsors this morning, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Have a great one, everybody. I'll chat again with you early Monday morning.